charming 60 British Virgin Islands are all about sailing, diving, fishing, and soaking up the sun on gorgeous beaches. Tortola's largest island is a 12 by 3 mile paradise of white sand, lush green mountains, ruins, and rum distilleries. Tortola is also home to the capital, Road Town. Dramatic Virgin Gorda beckons you into underwater caverns. On mellow Jost Van Dyke, where swim-up bars serve delectable rum cocktails, island time prevails. Visitors are drawn to the lovely coral island of Anegada by its pristine beaches. Welcome to the official Travel Guide channel. We go through everything about travel, leisure, and travel recommendations. This video will show you everything you need to know about the British Virgin Islands and why you should add it to your list of places you would like to visit in 2023. If you are wondering where on earth are the British Virgin Islands, east of Puerto Rico in the Caribbean is the British Virgin Islands, a British overseas territory. The Virgin Islands archipelago includes the islands. Along with 50 other smaller islands and caves, the British Virgin Islands comprise of 4 main islands of Tortola, Virgin Gorda, Anegada, and Jost Van Dyke. The number of inhabited islands is around 15. Tortola, the largest island, measures approximately 12 miles in length and 3 miles in width. About 22,000 people are living on the island as a whole. The capital of Tortola is in Road Town. Now that you know where the British Virgin Islands are, it's time to add it to your travel 2023 plans. The British Virgin Islands, also known as BVI for short, is among the Caribbean's least developed and most secluded islands. Yet this only increases their attraction. Travelers with deep pockets who enjoy sailing and seclusion are drawn to this paradise's resorts, villas, restaurants, and other tourist attractions because they emphasize sparse luxury above vast expansion. Since some people find opulent exile too difficult to appreciate for more than a day or two, many visitors arrive by ferry from another Caribbean island. Some even contend that dividing your time between this location, the neighboring U.S. Virgin Islands, and Anguilla to the east is preferable. Top places to visit. Number 1, the Baths National Park, Virgin Gorda. One of the most well-known sites in the British Virgin Islands is the bustling anchorage known as the Virgin Gorda Baths. The travel guide suggests this place as your number 1 visit spot. Giant granite boulders dot this unusual bay, producing sea pools ideal for snorkeling and exploration. A sand-bottom cave formed by stones at one point is one of the most picturesque locations in the British Virgin Islands for photography. The Baths became a national park in 1990 to protect this stunning bay dotted with boulders. Number 2, Gorda Peak National Park, Virgin Gorda. Gorda Peak National Park is a terrific destination if you want to see some land-based nature as a change of pace from all the water-based activities. It is also among the most picturesque locations in the British Virgin Islands for taking pictures. The peak of Gorda Peak, the island's highest point, may be reached through 2 clearly defined hiking trails. You may get expansive views of the North Sound, Anegada, and the other British Virgin Islands islets and caves. The Virgin Gorda gecko, the smallest lizard in the world, reptiles, tree frogs, birds, bats, shoulder crabs, and other animals are all in the park. The Mango Bay Resort is a suitable spot to stay close to Gorda Peak National Park because it is on a private beach. In addition to 4-bedroom villas for parties and large families, it has a superb selection of oceanfront suites for couples and families. The use of kayaks and snorkeling gear is free for visitors. Number 3, the North Sound, Virgin Gorda. The North Sound is a significant water sports hub in British Virgin Islands, located on Virgin Gorda's northeastern shore. Every type of boat and water activity is available in the area, including diving, sailing, windsurfing, parasailing, jet skiing, water skiing, glass-bottom boats, and excursions to remote beaches. The site also features several anchorage and well-protected waterways. Prickly Pear, Ustita, Neka, and Mosquito Island are just a few little islands in the North Sound. The isolated Prickly Pear Island is home to a charming national park with an excellent hiking trail, distinctive indigenous vegetation, and a tiny beachside restaurant. Snorkelers will be pleased to see so many coral reefs. These include a sizable region off the eastern coast of Mosquito Island, a well-protected reef system enclosing Necker Island's southeast, and a sizable section that stretches from Prickly Pear's Island to Virgin Gorda's easternmost tip. The North Sound is well liked by boaters and private charters because it can only be reached by boat, just like the channel and its surroundings. There are numerous possibilities for rentals and locally run boat cruises for people without watercraft. Number 4, Road Town, Tortola. Road Town, the British Virgin Islands capital, is named after Road Bay, the island's main harbor. The commercial hub of the entire British territory is Road Town, which is in the middle of Tortola's southern shore. The port is frequently busy with charter yachts, ferries, and the occasional cruise liner. Most of Rhode Town's charming stores and restaurants are on Waterfront Drive and Main Street, containing several 200-year-old sugar mills and ancient forts. Other than shopping, taking a stroll through J.R. O'Neill Botanic Garden is one of the best things to do in Rhode Town, if you have some free time. There are 4.5 acres of tropical plants here, including flowers, palms, koye ponds, and fountains. Number 5. Rhone National Maritime Park and RMS Rhone Shipwreck Dives. Rhone National Marine Park is the only national marine park directly related to a shipwreck in the BVI. In 1865, a hurricane drove the Rhone to collide with rocks off Salt Island's southwest coast, killing 124 passengers. The 23 survivors washed up on Salt Island shores. The wreck is currently one of the top immediate to advanced level diving destinations in the Caribbean. Swim among schools of snapper, grunts, shoulderfish, and parrotfish inside the coral-covered steel. On Salt Island and Lee Bay, there are moorings close to the wreck. The marine park also includes Blondie Rock, another excellent dive site with overhangs, tunnels, caverns, and an abundance of marine life, as well as 2 coral caves 26 meters below the water's surface. Number 6. Sage Mountain National Park, Tortola. The Travel Channel implores you to visit Sage Mountain National Park on Tortola if you want to escape the heat, sand, and sea. It is the first national park created on these islands. It is a gift from the Rockefellers to the government of the British Virgin Islands. It is over a ridge that runs east to west along the spine of Tortola. Mount Sage, which rises to a height of 523 meters, is the highest mountain in the Virgin Islands, and almost the entire park is 305 meters above sea level. Want to go hiking? Although the park is not an actual rainforest, you can view hanging vines, fern, mahogany, cider, and milkara trees along the 12 circular trails that wind towards the forest. Birds like martins and hummingbirds are wildlife. Many portions of the park have shown success with replanting efforts since the BVI National Park Trust purchased the site. Top foods to try. Number 1. Roti. A flatbread sandwich with meat and spices, primarily curries, make up this traditional East Indian cuisine. In addition to chicken, fish, shrimp, veggies, and potatoes, the main rotis available on the island go down well with mango chutney. Number 2. Callaloo soup. The meal, a traditional stew or soup prepared with callaloo plant leaves, has changed over time and may contain spinach or dashin. It entails boiling the leaves with a mixture of meats, seasoning, coconut milk, okra, eggplant, onions, and potatoes. It is an everyday staple among people in the Caribbean. Number 3. Fish and fungi. The British Virgin Island national dish combines okra and cornmeal, and they make it in butter. You can have it with salt or boiling fish, such as cod or mackerel. Number 4. Johnny cake. Originally known as journey cake, this flatbread contains cornmeal, butter, milk, sugar, salt, and baking powder. You can fry the batter with oil and have it as a dessert in a sweeter version. Number 5. Pates. They use the dough to encase a filling in these pastries, which could be spiced meat, fish, or vegetables. After that, the pastry pockets are deep fried. They are among the island's most well-liked and typical foods, and you can eat them as a snack. Number 6. Peas with rice. This classic dish consists of rice and beans and is usually spiced and seasoned with herbs. It is a typical island dish and is prepared in various ways depending on the cook's preferred flavorings. Best beaches. White Bay, Jost Van Dyke. The most visited beach on Jost Van Dyke is White Bay, among the most picturesque beaches in the British Virgin Islands. Steep slopes reach a long stretch of brilliant white sand protected by a barrier reef. The reef offers fantastic swimming and snorkeling opportunities while shielding the waters from waves and swells. The numerous boats that anchor in the crystal-clear turquoise sea can approach through a canal that runs through the reef center. You may refuel at one of the friendly restaurants along the beach after spending some time in the sun and the water. White Bay homes and seaside cottages, situated on the bay's eastern side, provide hillside villas with fully furnished kitchens and private terrace with breathtaking views of the bay. After a long day of play, you can get in a taxi to head home because the walk to the beach and restaurants is just around 10 miles downhill. Number 2. Cane Garden Bay Beach. The most well-liked section of the beach on Tortola is Cane Garden Bay Beach, which is in the shape of a crescent. The bay waters are protected from winds inside the barrier reef by the steep green hills that surround it. On this well-known beach, Local West Indians, tourists, cruise ship passengers, and sailors converge to enjoy the sunshine, mingle, and take in island music on the nights and weekends. There are many chances for water sports and snorkeling at the beach, which is a bustling anchoring. However, if you want to relax by the water, you may hire sun loungers and umbrellas. There are also many beachside eateries where you can get food and drinks. Travel recommendations suggest you avoid visiting Cane Garden Bay on days when cruise ships are in port if you want to have a less congested experience. Number 3. Smuggler's Cove Beach, Tortola. Want to get away from Tortola's bustling resort scene? The ideal escape is Smuggler's Cove, which is the westernmost point of Tortola. This charming stretch of sun-bleached sand and turquoise sea combines with emerald green headland, providing a gorgeous background to your aquatic activities. It is isolated, protected, and comparatively underdeveloped. You can see sea turtles swimming offshore while snorkeling in the beautiful turquoise waters. There aren't many stores, hotels, or facilities here, but you can get some snacks and drinks at a few rickety beach shacks along the beachfront. Number 4. Sandy Cave. A classic example of a desert island is Sandy Cave. This deserted islet, which is off Little Jost Van Dyke, locally referred to as the all-beach island in the British Virgin Islands. Due to the boarding reefs on the island's north and south sides, the seas here are deep, almost reaching the shore, and are ideal for snorkeling and kayaking. Boaters can come ashore here with ease. On dry land, you can have a picnic, observe the hermit crabs, and hike the short trails with views of the cliff. We are confident that you had a great time with us exploring the British Virgin Islands. Have you ever been to the British Virgin Islands? What was the experience you had? Please feel free to share your experience in the comment section. We hope you enjoyed our video about the British Virgin Islands. Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Please stick with us for more Travel Guide videos. Travel Guide channel makes your travel easy.